Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Manor Lords Season 3. Now, we have started our brand new settlement and things are going okay. We do have some food issues coming out of the winter, so we are hopefully going to have them sorted. But I think it is time for us to just put in some berries, get some foraging done, and hopefully as our settlement continues to grow, the food issues should be sorted out. We do have another issue though. We are 363 days away from a raider attack. Now that makes me want to do a few things. Firstly, have a look at our iron deposit over here. We have an iron rich deposit, and I did say I was going to go with trapping, and we're also going to go into charcoal burning and deep mining so we can make the most of the iron that we've got. There's no point us getting fishing here, and maybe advanced skinning would be a good one because I think we have a rich wild animal deposit. So that's going to get us nice and stocked up with meat, which does seem to be the only resource we're able to take care of at this moment in time. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to wait for winter to come away from us. It should be defrosting and thawing a little bit now. The berries are growing, so I'm going to build my forager's hut, and we're going to build it right around this area here. So I think having it just backing out onto the bushels there will be a really good way to put it. And then we'll get a road that comes out from that nice straight road linking up with that area there. Then I am going to build some burgage plots here as well. And these burgage plots are just going to be quite simple. They're going to be smallish, and we're going to put some chickens in this area. So what I want to do is I want to try and make a couple of smaller burgage plots right down to that size there maybe, and we'll maybe have it come out a little bit more coming along to here, and then we'll just decrease the size of them so we can fit 2 families in and then maximize the number of eggs we're going to get from these plots, and they're of course going to work in the forager hut once it's constructed. So that's going to be a nice way to get that done. They'll be quite close to where they're supposed to be, and they'll be able to ferry stuff to and from the granary and things that we've got in place. Now our granary could do with an upgrade soon enough, but we don't have any stone. Our storehouse we can actually upgrade, and it's probably a good idea to do that because it's currently full. We do have a stone deposit right up at the top there which we could use to bring stuff in, but I'm more inclined to use the trading post to just import some. You can see at the moment we've got 31 regional wealth, which is going to help us out. We've got 2 more living spaces being built, and we're just about maxed out in terms of what we've got on that. So our army, you can see here we've got enough for our spear militia to get a militia of 20. That's going to help us out to begin with when these raider attacks finally come, and we may need to hire some mercenaries, but I don't have anything yet at the moment that's going to help me because I've got no wealth in my treasury. And until I start taxing citizens, I'm not going to be able to do that. But of course, knowing what previous issues we had with building and expanding a manor, I'm reluctant to put my manor in place right now. So, stone might be a good idea to get up and running very soon. And then we've got clay up in that area as well, but that's not going to help us out much. So I think we're going to need to really go into our iron next. So we need another level 2 burgage plot. I think we should have some ready for upgrade soon enough. There we go. We're going to focus on upgrading our chicken coops first because that's going to give us, if we can get them to level 3 quickly, we're going to be able to have maximum eggs being produced there. Now our iron, we can get that in now. I'm not too worried about losing 3,000 iron, so we'll put our iron pit in at the top here. If we can get our deposit in range, we should be able to just link up the road. So that can go in like that, and then we'll get our road going up to it just to finish that off. Great. So our mining pit is now under construction. We do have 12 unassigned citizens who can get to work very quickly, and we can upgrade a few more of our burgage plots to level 2 as well, which will be really good. Food, we're starting to build up a nice stockpile as we come out of the winter, so that is also going to serve us in good stead. Currently, we're still waiting for this to be built. It shouldn't take us too long, and then we've got the wild berries that we can collect there, and then once these burgage plots are done, we'll get some people moving in. Currently, I've paused that tavern construction, as I said earlier on in the first episode, and then we're going to have a look at what farming we can do. So let's have a look at our barley fertility, because it's not great. We've got some patches of lighter colour there, actually, that we could make use of. So this could be, if we can put in some fields now, that might actually be a good way to start off. And if we can just get some barley up and running, I think it was 0.6 Morgan, wasn't it? Or was it 0.5? We'll do a 0.6 there. So that goes in. Then another 0.6 is going to come up here. A 0.5 will do. It would be nice, actually. Let's delete that one. If I can run this road all the way along here, we can then build a new field. Barley again to here, up to here. That's a slightly larger field size, and that one is a bit smaller now. So let's get rid of a road. We'll get rid of that road. And we can also get rid of this one. And then we'll bring it back in to the tavern like that. And then just stop short right there. Then we can plant our field again. Coming all the way up to here. And ending there. That's a 0.6, which is good. And then here, we'll put in a bit of a weird shape one to get that final 0.6. And then we can build our first farmhouse, which is pretty good. That's what I was hoping for. So we'll put a farmhouse there next to the tavern, I guess. Or we could put it... Ooh, let's put it down here. At the back here. So it backs out onto these fields. Like that. And then we can curve the road down to the tavern. Like that. And then we can build another burgage plot. That kind of goes around here. And this will start off our production for our meadery and stuff. So we can get like a malt house. We need to put a malt house in, actually. So the malt house is going to go... Where are we? Where's our malt house? Industry. Malt house. The malt house, we can't build it yet because we don't have enough wood. Let's go over to our logging camp, which is somewhere around here. I can't remember where it's gone. Tannery, hunting camp. Ah, logging camp is in this area here. Now, they do have wood. We just haven't managed to store it yet. So you can see we've got 2 timber in storage, but the logging camp has 20. It might be because they're being assigned somewhere. So let's have a quick look at where this is going to go. We're going to have them head on over there. We've got a small stable, a saw pit, and a woodcutter's lodge for our firewood. So we're going to have the woodcutters head over to this area here just to make sure that they're still producing stuff. And then I think what we're going to need to do is get some trees planted. That's going to be our next step. So our forester's hut is going to go in the area where our woodcutters are. And then they're going to focus on replenishing forested areas throughout the settlement. So they're going to be able to plant in this area where we're currently woodcutting and the area where we're currently getting our woodcutters to do some work. Currently, the food is starting to come up quite nicely. We have now added our new development point, so we're going to go with charcoal burning, and then we're going to head back out here and see what we need. We need 5 burgage plots at level 2 or higher, which shouldn't take us long at all. We just need some wood, so as long as our foresters, our logging camp, gets back to work, we're going to put a few people into that. Actually, we'll put 3 in. Got another ruler's army on the way, but I don't think they're coming for us. They will be on the map claiming more land. And this is going to make things difficult for us because we don't have any army to speak of, really. We've got our spear militia, but I can't do anything with them until we've repelled this raider attack. So we're not going to do anything about that right now. We're just going to let the enemy ruler carry on sweeping the map. And we're going to hope that we can get some timber brought in. And it might be time, actually, now that we've got the stables up and running. Got one small stable here with space for another oxen. We'll order our second ox. Then we can assign one to the logging camp, which is going to help us get the timber in very quickly. So we're building that farmhouse now, which is really good to see. And I'm going to start planting my barley in this space. So we're going to do one there. We're going to turn on our crop rotation. And we're going to have barley there as well. Then here we're going to have barley, crop rotation, fallow and barley. And then, ooh, no, wait, that's not right. That goes there. Then that is fallow. And then on this field, we're going to go fallow. And then we're going to go barley. And we're going to go barley. Excellent. Right, good. So they are now working. We need to build the malt house next, which is in industry. We're going to put our malt house as close to the farmhouse as possible. And then we should now have enough space to fit in a burgage plot here. Let's go there. And then if we reduce it in size, we'll get that, which means we're going to have 2 families in there. Actually, no, we'll leave it like that because we can have 2 families in this one. And they're going to do eggs or something. And then we'll have another family in this one, which just continues to expand, and they will be our malt house. Good. Or our brewer. So they're going to then facilitate work and growth in the tavern. And then I think we're probably going to need to add in a couple more here, little farmhouses and stuff like that, to really make sure that we can get this maxed out. I'm going to drop that in size. That gives us 3 burgage plots, and probably put chickens or something in here. Or we could put goats in and then have a butcher come along this area here. So let's have a look. Where's our industry? We've got the weaver's workshop and stuff there. Trading. Yeah, I think we might go with a butcher if we can. And then we can have that in this space as well. Then at least we've got a load of fields and stuff that we can start producing our barley that we're going to need. Look at the food though. We've got loads of veggies coming in now. Eggs, still a bit of an issue. We're not getting a great deal of them. But once we're able to upgrade these, I think we should get that. So we're looking pretty good. Things are moving quite nicely. I can drop some people out of this logging camp now because we've got plenty of wood and timber to get all of the building work we need done. And I think actually these burgage plots should be ready, so I can put a couple of families into this space as well. We'll expand the living space in these 2, and then once we've got families moved in, which I think we already have 2 in this one, and that'll be really useful. Our food is looking nice now. We've got a really good supply there. Eggs coming in as well, and meat. And do we have clothing for them yet? We do have a tannery, which is producing stuff as well, so that's good. So clothing won't be much of an issue. They do want either shoes, clothes, or cloaks, so we're going to need a tailor. Let's have a look at our industry. Now, okay, that's right, we need to actually create a tailor. So let's have a look. We've got some stuff here. Can we put in cobbler? Once they get to level 2, we can put a cobbler in, but I don't think I want to put anything here. We are going to maybe then build another burgage plot just up here. That is going to have a backyard extension in. There. I think we can put 2 in, and they should produce 2 lots of boots, but let's just leave it. We'll just put a small one in at the back here, just a single homestead. That will just produce the boots that we need. There we go. So the cobbler can live next door to the tannery, and maybe the cobbler can then have family members working in the tannery. Once we upgrade that to level 3, there'll be 2 families living in there, and that'll be really, really useful. Good. Right. Then we can make our cobbler, and we can get some boots and shoes and stuff to the general population. Now we need 3 types of food to be able to get up to level 3. We also need to increase our church level, which we're not going to be able to do at the moment because we don't have the required clay and stuff, so that's not going to help us out. I am, however, going to have a look back over here because these are now upgraded. Do we have people living there? We've got 2 families living there, and we've got 2 families living here, I think. No, just the 1. So we are going to assign them to the forager hut. We are going to add the herb garden there as well. Apparently we're not, but we'll have a look at that in the future. We're going to assign another one there, and we are going to assign another one to that one. Good, right. Okay, that's good. We're going to be able to forage stuff. And yeah, happy days. Good. These guys are going to need food, but we will give them the chicken coop as well, and we'll give them ones a chicken coop once we've got some more regional wealth. We've got another family member moving into that one, so that gives us full access to that forager's hut, and they are living right next door to it, which is amazing. Good. Right. That is done. So over here, we've got hopefully a family living here. Not yet. We need to get them up to level 2 very quickly. So for now, what I'll do is we'll leave. Maybe we'll put an animal pen in here. I'll have a think, because I think maybe we just want to go for the cobbler's workshop, but we need to get them upgraded first. People are moving into the burgage plots, though. These ones in particular. So that means I can expand the living space there. We still need some wood, so let's bring some people back into the logging camp. Anyone can work there, really. But ideally, I would like to expand the living spaces and get as many people living in them as possible. So we're going to continue doing that, get all of these expanded, and then here we can add in, we don't want a chicken coop there yet. This one is going to get upgraded to level 2 because I think this was where my brewer was. I can have 2 families living in there actually, so that is going to be a chicken coop. This one, I can only have 1 family living in there, so they are the ones I want to upgrade so that I can put the brewer on there. Now, families in here, we are going to have them shift on over to this one, and they are now going to start farming. Once we get there's another family moving in, we can put them in there, and then here, we don't have anyone moving in yet. What about here? No. We do have families working the farms now, so we're going to start getting barley. The forager's hut is now done, so we're going to take everybody out of that as we approach the winter. Got 205 days left before we are set upon by bandits, so we've got things to work out here. Now, the mining pit has been constructed. We don't yet have access to the deep mine, but if we get 3 more burgage plots upgraded, which I'm going to set off on that one there, the large farm, we're going to need to do very quickly. And then if we have a quick look over here, we can upgrade one there and another one there. That will take us to burgage, our settlement level will go up, and we'll be able to get deep mining installed in this iron mine, which means we will be in a much better position moving forward. But that is also going to mean more burgage plots, because along here we're going to need to start thinking about military and getting in a load of expanded burgage plots with multiple residents living in there. We'll go with, I think this might be a good way to do it. Potentially. We'll think about that though. That's not something that I'm concerned about right now. We can have 4 families working in that mining pit. So yeah, maybe a few burgage plots there would help us out. Right, if we have a quick look at our crops, you can see this barley field isn't going to grow very well this year, so we might need to wait till next year for that to come to fruition. And then, do we have families living in these buildings yet? Nothing in that one. That's our settlement level increase done. Excellent. Right, so we're going to drop down to 1 working in the logging camp. Then we are going to spend our development point. Deep mining is now unlocked, which means we can start harvesting some ore from here. And I think I will now build some more burgage plots. So we're going to probably put 2 along here to there. And we'll drop it down in size so we can now get 2 buildings there. And then across the road, we'll put another 2. Drop that down in size as well. This one doesn't get a backyard extension, so we're going to have to come up a little bit further. Drop it down, build it. There we go. Right, we've got 8 families potentially living there, and then once they go up to level 3, there'll be even more families living there, and that covers our mine. So we're going to upgrade that to a deep mine, and yeah, okay, looking pretty good. Let's have a look at our trading post. We do have someone working there. They are selling our planks, but we are going to need to sell something else. What can we sell? We've got berries, we've got vegetables we could get rid of. We could sell some of them. We've got 5 months of food in storage, so that could be useful. Firewood I don't want to do. Leather might be a decent one. We are going to need some money to set up a trade route for leather. And we'll leave the rest of it for now, though. Let's have a look at what bandit camps we've got on the map. There's one right there in Ikenhow, which we could go for. But for now, I just want to make sure that we can fend off the bandit attack that's about to happen. So we're not going to do that yet. Currently, we do have some people starting to move in, so we've got some more unassigned people here. So we will continue to assign them to the farm. And the same here. We'll just fill out this farmhouse so that we can hopefully push a harvest this year. Don't have anyone living in that one yet. This one is now upgraded, and we can get that to level 2. We can get that one to level 2. This one is done, so we are going to make them the brewery extension now. That's getting added on. Then over here we've got chicken coops there. We can upgrade them to level 2. So we've got the farmhouse. 2 more families to get into that farmhouse. We've still got people moving in. And yeah, we're looking pretty good now. Now over here we are going to put chickens in, and we're going to put chickens in here. I know they're quite large ones, but they're still not large enough for it to be a decent farm. Over in our work area, our logging camp is now completely exhausted and has nowhere else to go to grab logs. So we're going to head them over to this forest here. While they're working, we can go to our forester's hut and just put some random people to work in there and then have them forest a large area behind the church to get everything back up and restored in that space. If I have a look at my forester's hut and just go to my advanced and my people, I can have a look at where these people live. So look at their home. They're over there. They're not that far from it. What about this one, Peter? They also live in that house next door. So that's good. We've got plenty of, they're able to get left, right and center. It's not too much of an issue. Good. We have upgrades that we can make, but this time they want level 3 burgage plots or higher. So we can't do that until we have upgraded our church and have a steady supply of beer coming in. I think it's probably time to have a look at what we need to upgrade our church. We're going to need 10 roof tiles, we need 20 stone, and we need 10 planks. Right, okay, let's import some cut stone. It's going to cost quite a bit, actually. Better leave that for now. So no trade on that. We're going to leave ourselves at a lower level for now, and we can think about how we're going to upgrade this at a later date. But now, though, pretty happy. Things are looking nice. We've got people hopefully moving into here now. Great. That gets the farmhouse almost to full. And once we get another family moving in there, that'll be maxed out. Which means we can have a little bit of a focus on here. We have a look. Oh, we've got a new little advanced tab there, which is good. Then that's all right. We've got church level there. This burgage plot now has 2 families working in there who are farmers. Over here, we're full up as well. Lots of people there and people there. Cool. So currently we have 7 families out of 8 working in the farmhouse. There's nobody working in that malt house. And of course, the brewery is ready to go. So we're probably going to have to build a few more houses around this area, or set some of the people who are here, who are currently warehouse workers and firewood cutters, into other jobs. Now, as I've said, there's a lot of stuff you can do in terms of manually assigning people to give them a better chance of getting to and from work. We've got hunters and tanners in these buildings over here. We've got foresters there, woodcutter and 1 unassigned here, 2 unassigned families there. So what we could do is we could end up pushing a lot of the people that are currently working as hunters and tanners into jobs that are coming from these houses because they're right next door to it. There's also a burgage plot up there which I plan to use as a tailor. We can't get that until they're ready for an upgrade, so we're going to have to wait for some more people, more families to move in. Currently we have 36 families out of a possible 42 living here. These guys don't have anything to do because they are currently out of work while those berries are grown again. So the foresters, where they're coming from, the kind of central farmed area in there, and the woodcutters we're doing okay with. In terms of expanding now, I think the best thing to do is, we've got people here. Have they moved in yet? No, nobody has moved in quite yet. So it's just a case of waiting, because we've got really good population growth. So we're going to get quite a lot of people moving in very soon. I am going to expand the living spaces here. Once they're done, we can have a look at what we need to do next. We don't have enough wood to expand that living space, so we're just going to wait. We should get some soon enough. We've got 1 timber there, but it will be farmed pretty quickly. We've got a livestock assignment to there, and that should be nice and easy to do. Right, I think this has been a decent start. We're looking really good, and it might be time to think about maybe just exploiting that little bit of stone and that little bit of clay just to get it off the map and not have anything to worry about moving forward. So let's have a quick look. I am going to do that, actually. We're going to go and we're going to build a mine. We're going to build a stonecutter camp here. It's very far away, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it's going to be enough. We're just going to grab that and then get out of there. Don't really have any intention of keeping these, so we'll build them, get them put in, and then we'll demolish them straight afterwards. Now I'm going to cut a road that goes all the way along here. It's just like a residual road. It does nothing. If we can get these built as quickly as possible by highest priority on them. We've got another unit of timber, so we can place the clay deposit. Then we can bring a road right up to it. Once they're built, again, highest priority. I'll put some randoms into work there. We'll get those cut very quickly, get them put into our storage, and then we don't have to deal with any of that. Now, we are going to need industry, and we're going to need a clay furnace, which is going to cost us some stone. But then we'll get the clay converted into roof tiles, which means we can actually upgrade our church, and we won't have to actually import anything outside of the map right now, which means we can continue building that regional wealth. Currently, eggs are looking pretty good. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at our backyard extensions here. These guys have got chickens. We're going to add chickens here. We're going to add chickens there next time. And that's quite a bit coming in now. So we get lots of eggs, which will get eaten very quickly, but we at least have enough about us to keep that food variation and keep our heads above water. We should be getting a nice barley harvest in 277 days. It'll give us 37 barleys on estimate and 53 from the other one. Wallbrand is now being claimed by our enemy lord, but that's fine. We'll just cope with that. Getting a bit dark. Winter is coming, and what is this? Raiders. Where are they moving to and from? They seem to be skirting along the edge there. They might be coming into our land. They might go for the stone deposit. They're just wandering around. Oh no, they actually belong to the enemy lord. They're claiming Waldbrand. No, they're not. I don't know where they're going. Right. Slightly worrying, slightly concerning, but I'm not too bothered about that. They're not going to touch us. We know we're pretty safe. We're getting a fair bit of timber coming in as well, which is quite nice. And these forests should get replanted very soon, and they'll grow over time. And as we're just kind of taking it slow, you can see here, these guys don't have any food or anything, but it's because nobody lives there right now. Currently at 40 out of 45, and these mining pits have now been constructed. So that's the stonecutter camp done. We're going to max it out with 4 people, get the deposit depleted as quickly as possible, get that into storage, and then we can demolish that and take the people out of work. And this one has also been completed, so we'll have them go to work, get rid of all of the clay there, and then we can say goodbye to that. Happy days. Right, now the important one is this deep mine here. We don't yet have people moving into the area where the mine is going to be, so we can't do anything about that. We actually now do. We've got some people here. We're going to assign them to work in the mining pit, which means we are going to be able to get some more people coming in. We're going to get some iron. We're going to be able to start developing our weapons, and that is going to give us a really good chance. Now, currently, if we have a look at the map, Waldbrand is a big one for deposits. There's a lot of fish there. Icon how I would really like to get, but I don't think I'm going to be able to claim any regions until I have a military force. The enemy is going to claim a load of regions from us before we're built up and ready to go, so I can't do anything about that, unfortunately. But I'm pretty happy with it. We are looking good. We're getting a lot of families moving in now. We're at 41 out of a possible 46. And it means I'm going to be able to, off camera, just reassign all of my jobs, get everyone working in the proper places where they should be, and we're going to clean out this stone deposit. You can see they're already dropping very, very quickly, and we're getting plenty of stone and clay. We're at 20 now. It's 140 stone we're going to get from this deposit and 88 clay, which we're then going to be able to put into a clay furnace and turn into the tiles we need to upgrade the church, which is going to help us get our burgage plots upgraded to level 3 and our malt house built. We might also be able to put some time into building a manor. Now, like I said, I don't want my manor to be anything special here, but it does need to look pretty good. And knowing what the glitch was like last time in Season 2, where I couldn't do anything about my my manor once I'd built it, I'd like something to be a little bit more substantial in terms of what I build. So we may need to have a look at what we can bring in to assist that. We might need to bring in some more planks or stone, but I do want it to be a decent sized manor, at least having the tower so that I can expand my retinue. And I would like to get that really quickly, but the raider attack is going to happen, so we'll kick off next episode with that raider attack, knowing that it might be a bit of a disaster. So I'm going to leave it there. We've gone through one winter and ended at another, but we've expanded quite well today. I think this is looking really nice. We've at least solved the food and firewood issues, and our little settlement is starting to really develop. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time for another episode of Manor Lords. Bye bye.